Good Monday evening, April 29th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Bird e-scooters won't be scooting around Wenatchee streets and sidewalks this year. We'll tell you why. Quincy police say they arrested one adult and one juvenile after a drive-by shooting yesterday. This unseasonably cool weather will continue tomorrow with showers and warmer temperatures by the end of the week. Your full local forecast is on the way. Health board members say they're close to selecting a new chief administrator for the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Chelan County Commissioner Sean Smith, who serves on the 2-district Board of Health, said today the executive committee has narrowed applicants down to a field of 3 out of 31 total applicants to replace former administrator Luke Davies, who left the office in March. The health district declined today to release the names of the top 3 candidates since that information is exempt from public disclosure. But Smith says the health board will hold an open house next month to introduce those candidates to the public. That meeting is tentatively set for May 17th. Bird e-scooters won't be scooting around Wenatchee streets and sidewalks this year. The app-based rental service for electric scooters first came to Wenatchee in the spring of 2022 for a 1-year pilot program and saw about 21,000 uses that year. But observers complained that the program was not well managed, with scooters left abandoned throughout the city for days rather than being collected by the vendor. The Wenatchee City Council reapproved the scooter program in 2023, but Public Works Director Rob Jammerman tells NCWLIFE News the city has opted not to renew the Bird e-scooters contract for this year. The city earned 5 cents for each scooter rental while the program was operating. In 2022, that amounted to just over $1,000 in revenue. The city of Wenatchee is in the design phase to replace and upgrade key parts of its wastewater treatment plant. City council members on Thursday approved a $624,000 contract with Jacobs Engineering to handle design and bidding for an overall $6.7 million project at that wastewater facility. Key components of the plant need replacement, including digesters and a boiler used to cleanse Wenatchee's sewer water before it's flushed into the Columbia River. Plant manager Mike Hodgson told the council the cost of the design contract is in line with industry prices.
Design contracts on a treatment plant, anything really technical, runs about 10%. For instance, the Digester 4 project that we're doing right now is $14 million and is $1.4 to design. The drying beds that has been completed was $2.5 million with a design cost of $214,000. Less than 10%, but we didn't have the mechanical and electrical and all the technical facets of that project.
The Apple Blossom Festival TekniPlex Youth Parade marched through Wenatchee on Saturday and now has released the official list of Youth Award winners. 15 local organizations were given awards in recognition of their outstanding participation in the Youth Parade. The winners included Columbia Elementary for the Grand Sweepstakes Award, Epic Early Learning Center for the Best Daycare and Preschool Award, and Joyful Scholars for the Judge's Choice Award. The full list of TekniPlex Youth Award recipients is available at the Apple Blossom website. When we come back, over 60 entries were submitted to the Apple Blossom Art for Kids contest this year, and the winners were announced yesterday. And it was 96 years ago today that Major John T. Fancher was killed following a performance at the Apple Blossom Festival. We'll tell you more. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience.
A walk on Wooden Avenue wouldn't be complete without a stop at the Chelan Chamber of Commerce. There you'll find all the information you need about local businesses, events, and activities across the entire Chelan Valley.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
How do you think like an entrepreneur? I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Quincy police say they arrested one adult and one juvenile after a drive-by shooting yesterday. The gunfire happened about 2:30 in the afternoon in the 100 block of K Street Southeast. Police say someone in a blue passenger car fired a single shot that struck a nearby house. No one was injured and the suspect vehicle was quickly located nearby. The two people arrested weren't immediately identified. Authorities say they face possible charges including first-degree assault and unlawful firearm possession. Over 60 entries were submitted to the Apple Blossom Art for Kids contest this year, and the winners were announced on Sunday. Artwork entered was broken into categories based on grade and artwork style. This year's winners included Elsie Rennie for Committee's Choice, Evelyn Serrato for Royalties Choice, and Charlotte Tepley for Sponsor's Choice. Riley Atchison won the Jane Reynolds Best of Show Award for her two-dimensional black and white artwork. The full list of Art for Kids Award recipients is online at the Apple Blossom Festival's website. On this day in history, an aeronaut who lent his name to much of the Wenatchee Valley's geography was killed in an accidental explosion outside East Wenatchee. Major John T. Fancher, a World War I pilot who went on to become a stunt flyer, was killed April 29, 1928, after a nighttime air show he staged during the Apple Blossom Festival. Fancher's performance included handheld bombs that he threw from the cockpit. 3 of his grenades failed to explode when they hit the ground, and when Fancher inspected them after his flight, one of them blew up in his hand. The site where he received his fatal injuries was soon named Fancher Field in his honor. Today, the area is a residential subdivision known as Fancher Heights. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, horticulture students at Wenatchee High School have spent the last few months tending to and growing all kinds of plants, with a sale coming up on Wednesday. Expect a mix of clouds and sun through midweek with warmer temperatures and showers by the end of the week. All those details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Now is a great time to get an offer you'll love on the Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid. Inventory is here, so bring on the fun. Bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the memories. And get a great offer on a Honda, named the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
In tonight's feature story, horticulture students at Wenatchee High School have spent the last few months tending to and growing all kinds of plants. The students are compensated for their work and come in on their off time to care for the plants, including on weekends and during spring break. This week, they'll be setting up shop for the annual FFA plant sale. The event is set to begin this Wednesday, May 1st, and run until Friday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Last week, NCWLIFE News heard from an advisor and 2 student managers about all the work it takes to make the plant sale happen.
It's an everyday activity. I know the plants get taken care of first, second, and then I also take care of them during fourth.
They get watered every Saturday and Sunday on our own time. It's really fun to see the plants go as you've been working really hard on them. A lot of people appreciate how pretty they look and they compliment them. So we're all really proud when it comes to the plant sale.
And it's just a lot of time and commitment, like every day going out to the greenhouses and taking off dead leaves, watering, making sure nothing's rotting and making sure everything's healthy. And it's just, you gotta put in the time and commitment. And everyone has different roles that play into it, that everyone has a big responsibility to have this all set up.
We run it as a cooperative. So much like some of our fruit warehouses do in town and whatnot, the kids get paid for a share of the profits based on what they put in. So we keep track of how much, a tardy's pretty expensive around here. If you're not here on time, you don't get your share for the day. And then the kids will say, we're going to be here Sunday. This is what we call Noah's Ark, is our sale house where we put in 2 of everything. And we'll have, a dozen, 15 kids here on Sunday morning, moving stuff in and out of here and getting it presentable for those first people that are here when the sale opens. Our net sales have grown every year. We find ways to do it. Like these 2 days right now, the kids are working on what we call our CIPP, Continuous Improvement Planning process. And they're looking for how can we set up next year's class even better than last year's class set us up. So they're looking for little ways to improve. And it's getting harder and harder all the time to find those little things that we can do. So they're doing an evaluation of every product that we sell. And then they've got about 2 days to get that done. And then we'll come back and do it again. Anything that didn't sell, we'll evaluate it. And then we'll start by the time school gets out, we'll have next year's sale plan. It's a pretty large scale operation, and I hope we serve our community really well by providing these awesome plants to out to the community. People come in and purchase, and the experience of the kids being able to interact face to face with customers in a real, actual situation, not trumped up. These are real customers with real credit cards, and it's real money, and it's kind of fun. It's one of the few things in the school that we get to do that there's no make-believe, there's no pretend, there's no scenarios. This is about as real as we can make it.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic first weekend of apple blossom. Boy, our weather, though, just hasn't been that great through the first week, has it? And here we start our second week of apple blossom, and we're hoping for better weather, but it looks like a lot of the same. And that means a lot of these clouds out there. We had some breezy conditions today, and boy, awfully cool temperatures, but a great shot from our Cashmere Sky-Fi Tower camera outside our weather window. And outside your weather window tomorrow morning, you might see some very cold temperatures. Some areas will drop down into the mid-20s to the mid-30s, and that means possible frost even. Some of our upper elevations and areas around Waterville, maybe over into the Ephrata and Moses Lake area, it is going to get cold tonight. Freezing temperatures are possible. So if you have those gardens in or maybe planted some flowers, might want to cover them up over the next next couple of nights. Didn't get that warm today, as I mentioned. 55 our unofficial high temperature. 66 is where we should be for this time of year, and our record high, a beautiful 84 degrees, and that was set back in 1998. We were at 37 this morning, so that was plenty cool. 44 is where we should be for this time of year, so about 7 degrees cooler than normal. And our record cold, 33 degrees, and that was set in 1982. 2.56 inches of precip going back to January 1st, and we are almost now a half inch behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise 5:46 this morning, and the sun will set tonight at 8:11. All right, let's check those Tuesday temperatures. Not going to be a whole lot warmer than today. In fact, almost like today. 56 for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy, and then a lot of mid-50s from Ellensburg into Wenatchee. We'll see about 55 tomorrow. Also mid-50s into Chelan, Omak at 55. Leavenworth, your high tomorrow will top off at 53 degrees. Taking a look at why we're seeing these cooler temperatures, it's really because of this area of low pressure. It's grabbing this northerly air and then bringing it right into the state of Washington. Also some clouds, and we can expect a few of those tonight. Breezy conditions will continue. Low temperatures tonight in the mid to upper 30s. Partly cloudy for our Tuesday. Still a little bit chilly, and I think most of the shower activity will stay in the Cascades and into western Washington for Tuesday. High temperatures again into those mid-50s, so about 10 degrees cooler than normal again on Tuesday. May comes our way on Wednesday, and boy, we're going to see a nice warm-up too. Look at all the sunshine for Wednesday. We're going to get into the low and maybe mid-60s then as we get you into Wednesday. For Thursday, partly cloudy skies. An area of high pressure is trying to nose a ridge into the Pacific Northwest, but we're still going to see plenty of clouds and seasonally cool temperatures out there with highs Thursday into the low 60s. For your Friday, increasing clouds. You can see a pretty vigorous trough of low pressure bringing some clouds in. Not much rain expected on Friday with high temperatures in the mid-60s. However, as we get to Saturday morning, there we go. This is throughout our morning. Rain is likely. Yeah, the Grand Parade is at 11 o'clock. Hopefully some of those showers will kind of taper off by that time. High temperatures on Saturday into the mid and upper 60s. So it is going to warm up with those showers in the afternoon Saturday. For Sunday, partly cloudy skies. We'll call it seasonal once again with just a smattering of clouds around the state. High temperatures on Sunday in those mid 60s. All right, taking a look at your 7-day forecast. 37 overnight tonight, 38 tomorrow night. So those will be probably the only 30-degree overnight lows we'll see in a while. 55 your high tomorrow. And then we'll jump into those low 60s on both Wednesday and Thursday. 63 your high Wednesday. And it gets a little bit warmer as we get into the upcoming weekend. Increasing clouds Friday and 65. Morning showers are likely on Saturday with a high by afternoon at 67. And then partly cloudy skies on Sunday with a high temperature then of 66 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Well, a happy Monday to you. The Mariners took 2 of 3 from the defending National League champions over the weekend, but couldn't quite complete the sweep on Sunday. 2 former Mariners, Ketel Marte and Eugenio Suarez, each contributed in Arizona's 3-2 win at T-Mobile Park. Josh Rojas got the party started for Seattle with a leadoff home run.
This is drilled down the line. It is a fair ball. This ball is gone. It's another leadoff home run from Josh Rojas. What is going on?
Front leg. That's where he gets that extension.
Christian Walker tattoos this one and say goodbye. Christian Walker has tied it up in Seattle.
You're just mentioning Christian Walker seeing the ball, having some good at-bats in the game last night.
422. And that's his 5th. It's 1-1.
Into right field. Does he get enough? No, but it's his first base hit, and he is hustling to second, making the turn. How about a stand-up triple? What a day, Leo Rivas.
That he has games where guys are chasing it off the plate, but when he leaves it in the middle of the plate, it's getting hit hard.
Jammed him a bit, hanging up. Carroll sprints in. It drops in for a base hit. Rivas is headed home. Julio picks up a ribby base hit into center field. 2-1 Mariners.
Suarez slams it to left. Clase backing up, and it's over his head. This is going to tie the ball game. Eugenio Suarez is back in town. Good vibes only. It's 2-2.
Kind of stuff that he's throwing. And
Ketel slams it to right. Haniger's out there backing up, and it's over his head and off the wall. It's rolling back to center. Newman's home, and Marte, the former Mariner, makes it 3-2 Diamondbacks.
Ketel did not wait around. I just love the matchup there. You're throwing sweepers to this guy.
High in the air, deep left field. Gurriel in front of the track. Diamondbacks win it.
Manager Scott Service felt Logan Gilbert had good enough stuff to get the win on the mound, but that Arizona's Brandon Pfaadt was up to the challenge.
Logan's got a lot of different weapons, so he can get you out multiple ways. And I think most starters have maybe plan A, plan B. Logan can go all kinds of places with you. We've seen the growth and the development of his cutter. Got a lot of outs with that again today. Got a lot of outs with his slider today. He worked his split. He can just do so many different things, which is much different than when he first showed up at the big leagues. You know, it's just a fastball, breaking ball pitcher. So doesn't shock me that those numbers are that abnormal, so to speak, because he has different ways to go about getting these guys out third time through the lineup. I thought he executed. Going into the game, I knew it was going to be tough. He can sink it. It's got a really good sweeper that he can land at any point. The changeup's tough against the lefties. I just thought we had him off his point, so to speak, there in the third inning where he was on the edge, which happens, you know, against a good starting pitcher. You're going to have one shot to get him. We had our shot. We just didn't make it a big one. You know, we just added that one run in the inning. But happy for Rivas. Been a long time struggling through the minor leagues. He gets a shot. You know, bangs the ball, almost goes out of the ballpark, and he's not a home run hitter. So, you know, he puts us in a good spot there, but really couldn't make that inning as big as it needed to be. Yeah, that's how we're built. It is about our pitching and playing low-scoring games. But I say all that, and I've said it a couple times. You know, we've been on a nice run here. We've won 4 consecutive series, and I don't think we're even close to doing what I think we can do offensively. So we got room for improvement, got room for growth. Doesn't matter, get better. I say it all the time. That's where we're at. I do think we can get a lot better because we're not going to be in every game 3-2, 2-1. You're going to have to find some days to win 7-5 or 7-6, you know, whatever it is. And we have the offense to do that, but you got to get multiple guys going at the same time. But the goal is to win series here and keep it rolling. We did that. We have a big challenge ahead of us. Another good team coming in, and I think we'll be ready for it. So we've got to wipe this one away. Day game, get a good dinner tonight, come back and get ready to win another series here on Monday.
Seattle begins a 3-game series with Atlanta in town tonight at 6:40. That's on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Mariners were able to maintain their half-game lead in the American League West over the weekend. Texas was idle Sunday and sit in second place at 15-14. Oakland beat Baltimore 7-6 to remain 3.5 games back. Angels dropped an 11-5 decision to Minnesota and sit 5 games out of first place in fourth. Houston is 6 games back after an 8-2 win over Colorado. Well, the Seahawks did a little trading during the NFL draft over the weekend to pick up some later round talent. Seattle used its 8 selections to split between offense and defense after drafting Texas defensive tackle Byron Murphy II with the 16th overall selection Thursday. Seahawks took UConn offensive guard Christian Haynes in the 3rd round. They added UTEP linebacker Therese Knight and Michigan tight end A.J. Barner in the 4th round. Seahawks used its 5th round pick on Auburn cornerback Nehemiah Pritchett, followed by Utah offensive tackles Sateo Laumia, easy for me to say, Laumia, and Auburn quarterback DJ James. In the 6th round, Seattle also added Findlay tackle Michael Jarrell with its final pick at 207. Seattle's front office busy today signing undrafted free agents to come into town in time for the Seahawks rookie minicamp coming up this weekend. We're 2 weeks into the racing season, and Wenatchee Valley Super Oval's already had 3 race dates in the books. Friday was the first of 2 days of Spring Sizzler at WVSO and featured the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro Late Models. Lake Stevens' Chad Fitzpatrick took the main event win over Sammamish's Thomas Sanford and Okanagan's Evan Getz. Jeremy Anders' son Matthew picked up his first win in the Knutson General Contractors Bandoleros main event on Friday. Rathdrum, Idaho's Maddox Clanton was second, followed by Yakima's Hunter Maggart. Prosser's Gabe Sessler started the weekend well with a main event win Friday for the Angel Bail Bond Legends. Spokane's Trayton Tarr was second, followed by Olympia's Jacob Hayter. The Northwest Focus Midgets were also in town over the weekend as Stanwood's Tyler West picked up a win on Friday's main event. Granite Falls' Nick Evans was second, followed by Federal Way's Alex Peck. The Saturday featured event was set aside for the big boys with the Northwest Super Late Models. Leonard Evans 150, and for the first time in event history, and Evans won the event. Leonard Evans' grandson Jan took first place. Quincy's Casey Klein was second, followed by Spokane's Dave Garber. Rathdrum, Idaho's Maddox Clanton would win the Bandolero main event Saturday with Matthew Anders second, followed by Hunter Maggart in third. Gabe Sessler made it a weekend sweep in the Angels Bail Bonds Legends main event Saturday. Trayton Tarr grabbed second again, while Deer Park's Cole Dazenbrot finished in 3rd place. Tyler West finished ahead of Marysville's Keegan Krieger to win his 2nd main event of the Northwest Focus Midgets. Bonnie Lake's Dalton Christmas was in 3rd. They're gluttons for punishment at WVSO because they're racing for a 3rd straight weekend Saturday with the Apple Blossom Throwdown and Vintage Mod Nationals. Featured racing will be the Rockstar Energy B-Mods, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, Pro-Am Drifting Showdown, Northwest Vintage Modifieds, and B&T Towing Youth Roadrunners. If you'd like more information and tickets, go to WVSO.com. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
Hello, everybody. Dan Coons, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Normally, we preview, during this quick segment in the news, we preview what's going on the next day's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. But I'm going to make an exception today. I want to remind you on Wednesday, May 1st, we'll be broadcasting live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium with former Apple Sox coach Ed Nags, who begins his opening day run live on this program. You're more than invited to come down and watch television magic. It might happen. Anyway, circle that, all right? Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., Wake Up Wenatchee Valley will be live on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College of Paul Thomas Senior Stadium with Ed Nags. Looking forward to that. Oh, and by the way, we'll be here tomorrow, too, just down at the baseball park.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.